KFC's Colonel gets steamy for Lifetime, and Amazon doles out some damage control for its very public labor issues. I'm Jeff Beer, and this is Fast Company's brand hit and miss of the week. This week's hit has us running into the hulking romantic arms of KFC. The brand, along with agency Wyden Kennedy Portland, announced a 15-minute mini-movie on the Lifetime network called Recipe for Seduction, starring Mario Lopez as a young Colonel Sanders. This only adds to the little cultural moment Mr. Lopez finds himself in, including his throwback as Slater on the new Saved by the Bell. In fact, you may just call it the Lopez-assance? Anyway, the romantic plot revolves around a young heiress who ditches the pretty boy her scandalous mother has handpicked, in more ways than one, in favor of the family's new chef. A chef who has a secret recipe of herbs and spices for fried chicken. This, of course, is absurd. But really, no more insane than half the soapy stuff you can find on Lifetime on any given weekday afternoon anyway. Now you might be thinking to yourself, but Jeff, this show doesn't even air until Sunday. You haven't seen it. How can this be the hit? But to you deep-fried romance-hating skeptic you, I say this. Just Google KFC and Lifetime and witness the barrage of media coverage and social excitement that will hit you like the smell of a fresh bucket of KFC entering your car on a cold December night. It's very obviously going to be so bad, it's good. And let's not forget KFC's impressive, sexy romantic Colonel track record here. In 2016, it was the Nashville Hot Colonel. In 2017, it was an entire romance novel called Wings of Desire, about one woman's attempt to flee the constraints of civil society and her totally normal erotic fascination with a kind-hearted sailor named Harlan Sanders. And last year brought us the ab-flexing tattooed virtual influence Colonel, as well as the Chickendale sexy dance clips for your mom on Mother's Day. Oh, and then there was the Japanese-style dating simulator called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. If anything, asking if Recipe for Seduction will be any good is the wrong question entirely. The real issue here is that it's only 15 minutes long. To quote Pablo Neruda, who is basically the Colonel Sanders of romantic poetry, love is so short, forgetting is so long. The miss this week goes to Amazon. If you learned everything you know about what it's like to work in an Amazon warehouse from the company's new 3-part series of ads, you'd think it was, sorry Disney, the happiest place on earth. The campaign, developed by Peter Berg's production company Film 45, introduces us to mothers and daughters, husbands and wives, friends, military vets, and others, all getting the work done at Amazon that gets that book, pair of shoes, or toilet paper to your front door pronto. Workers are dancing in the aisles. Their faces might be covered with masks, but you can still see their smiles. On the surface, Amazon's intentions are obvious, celebrating its own essential workers. And as Amazon told me for a story that I wrote about this week, it's not the first time the brand has featured employees in an ad, nor is it a new marketing tactic in general. But it's the timing here that leaves a bad taste. Over the past year, Amazon has faced an increasing drumbeat of bad news relating to employee conditions at Amazon warehouses and the employees organizing designed to change it. Compare these ads to the words of workers like Courtney Brown, who had an op-ed in the New York Times where she writes, quote, "We don't need your thank you commercials," Brown said. "We need better protections and to be paid what we deserve." In November, Christian Smalls filed a class action lawsuit against Amazon in U.S. District Court, alleging the company violated federal civil rights laws by both terminating his employment and putting other minority workers at risk during the pandemic. Meanwhile, in Alabama, the National Labor Relations Board has scheduled a hearing on Amazon warehouse employees in that state's bid to hold an election to unionize for better pay and more work protections. Look, there's no reason to doubt the sincerity of those employees appearing in the new Amazon ads. We want to hope that they actually like their jobs and they're being well treated. But it's also impossible to ignore the other voices from within the company. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching.